Hi everyone, I'm Miss Culberson, your AP Bio teacher, and right now I'm in my office, which is actually attached to our classroom right there. So if you're trying to find me and I'm not in there, Miss Dubs also teaches in that room, so I might be in this office, or I also teach a little bit of chemistry, so I might be upstairs on the fourth floor teaching chemistry. I wanted to take a couple moments to talk to you about what's going to make this class a little bit different. The first is going to be videos. Now, if you all had Mr. Pantano last year for chemistry, then you are very aware with videos and video lectures. And some of you might be kind of happy about videos and video lectures, and some of you might be thinking, oh no. Well, basically, the main idea is it's a kind of a big waste of class time to just spend it taking notes. Okay, people take notes at different speeds. Some people write really fast and they have to sit there and wait for everyone else to copy down. Some people take notes really slow and then you move on and then you miss a whole bunch of notes because they've already moved on. And then usually the teacher is talking over the notes on the board and it's really hard to be copying down the notes and listening to what's being said and taking it all in and really understanding it. You're basically just sitting there and just writing stuff down and not absorbing anything. And so what we're going to do is I'm going to give you the content in videos, and you're going to be watching the videos at home for homework, okay? Some of the content you get through the textbook, but for a lot of the more complicated stuff, I'll be doing them to you in videos. Now, the videos are not going to be more than 10 minutes, and the great part about this is that you control the speed. You can pause it if you're not ready to move on yet. You can rewind it if you need to hear something again. If you're absent in class, then you haven't missed the lecture and you can just watch the video and get all the notes yourself. We will be spending class time doing activities, doing lots of labs, tons of labs, as many as we possibly can, and doing things that will help you understand the content more. You will have plenty of time to ask questions about the lectures because it is AP. Some of the stuff's going to be hard and it might not make sense to you, but it's okay for you to come into class with questions and get them answered by me and then do the hands-on stuff that really makes it stick. So we're going to optimize our time together by you doing video lectures at home, and then we're going to be using what we learned in the video lectures to do exciting and fun things in class. Okay. The second thing I want to talk to you about is AP and what is AP. I know some of you might have taken AP before and some of you maybe not. Some of you might have taken an AP history class, but maybe not an AP science class. And even if you've taken an AP science class, they're all very different. Basically, AP is designed by a group called the College Board. And they have a huge curriculum that they have written. I'll actually show you the book. It is massive. Here it is. Oh, right? So here's the book of all the stuff that I have to teach you and all the stuff that could be covered on the AP exam in May. So basically what the College Board does is they have gathered all of the information that's typically covered in a year-long introductory biology course. Okay, and that's what I have to teach you. Now, here are some tricks. Typically, if you were to take this class for a year in college, you'd be spending roughly 300 minutes a week in class. So for those of you that are doing the math, that's 5 hours. Yes, you would be spending 5 hours in biology class, either in lecture or lab. Now, we don't have that kind of class time because although our class meets 5 days a week, we don't have an hour, right? We're closer to 45 minutes. So already we are meeting for less time than they do in college, which is part of the reason why I'm doing the video lectures, okay, to help us optimize our class time together. So this class is going to be hard, not only because it's college level content, but because we're going to be moving really, really fast to get through it all. Because again, we have less time than the colleges do. It's going to challenge you. It's going to be harder than maybe a science class you've taken before. It's not just going to be spitting back, regurgitating facts. I mean, you need to know the facts, but you've got to be able to apply them in new situations. You got to be able to connect them to other topics we've learned about before. You got to take them a step further. These are going to be some things that some of you might find difficult, and it might take some of you a lot more time and work on this class than you're used to putting it in science classes. You know, some of you might have just kind of always gotten A's and B's, and you might come to find out that the level of work that you're used to doing for A's and B's is not going to get you an A and B in this class. I'm not saying this to scare you, but it is a college class. I mean, imagine you were going down the street and taking this at UW or taking it at Edgewood College. You would expect it to be harder than your Edgewood High School classes. So just be prepared. It is going to be harder, but I'm here to help you. Okay, so if things are not making sense, please ask questions during class. Please come in during off mods. I'm sure we have some off mods that'll work, and I'm usually here after school and you can come in too. Okay, so please get help, but it is worth it. Now, you are going to learn so much. Hopefully you're in the class because you like biology, so it should be interesting to you. At the end of the year, you take a test, the AP exam in May. Everybody takes it. Now, the good news about this test is it's a real low stakes test. That AP exam does not affect your grade in this class at all. In fact, the scores don't even come out until July, okay? It also doesn't get sent to colleges unless you want it sent to colleges. So it's not going to affect college entrance at all. But basically, you go and you take this test. And at the end, they will give you a score of 1 through 5. And if you score a 3, 4, or 5, you'll probably receive some kind of college credit. Now, every single college or university has different requirements for what your score is and what they'll give you. So I can't tell you, oh, if I get a 4, does this mean I have to take freshman bio in college? I don't know. It depends on the school, okay? But you will not get any college credit if you get a 1 or a 2. Okay, that's across the board. But 3s, 4s, and 5s, you can get different kinds of credit depending on where you're going. So best case scenario is you take the class, you score really well, and maybe you get to not take freshman bio. Worst case scenario is maybe you don't do so well on the test and you do have to take freshman bio. But guess what? It should be so much easier for you to take freshman bio because you've just had AP bio. And so thankfully that class shouldn't be super challenging. And let me tell you, your freshman year, there is so much going on that to have a class that is, you know, you've kind of like, I got this, is not the worst thing in the world, okay? And to have that AP on your transcript, colleges know you're challenging yourself, you're not skating through. And actually people that take AP classes are more likely to finish their undergraduate degree than people who don't, okay? So we're not going to super focus on the exam. It is what it is. It's one day in May, but stick with me. If you do the lectures, if you're reading through the book, if you're doing the labs and activities and you're really engaged with the content, you will learn what you need to know and you will do just fine. Okay. We're going to have a great year this year. I love teaching this class. So I'm really looking forward to learning with you and doing the labs and really getting down into the fun and advanced stuff that biology has to offer.